Hello and welcome to another episode of Garden of Glass. I am Anthony Moore.
Stephen DeBose.
Man, it's been about a month? I think almost.
Mm-hmm.
Or smoke out of your eyes.
I know, right?
Nah. So let's let the people know what's been going on. So, did you want to start first, or you want me to go?
Nah, do you think?
Okay, so this was 4th of July weekend. I get off early on that Friday, and I guess I'm so excited about being off. You know, I'm flying home. I wasn't even looking at the speed limit. I wasn't even looking at nothing. I was just set on a destination. I was just trying to get home. Messed around and got me a ticket, man. So that's the start of the weekend, right? So it went from bad to worse because by that Sunday, I wound up having COVID, man. Wound up coming down with COVID. I'm looking out the window of everybody else popping fireworks like I'm on punishment or something. Just like looking at everybody else out there having fun and popping fireworks, and all I can do is just get back into bed. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really too bad. Like it was bad, but it wasn't bad. Like I just had body aches to where I really couldn't do a whole lot of moving around because and I can't even say my body ached, my bones hurt. Like that was the first time that I've ever felt my skeleton hurting. Like my bones was just like aching, man. So I pretty much laid in the bed all week, man. And but after that, I recovered pretty good, so everything is pretty much panning out. Now, let's talk about you on the other hand.
Well, around the same time, 4th of July weekend, one of my boys went to a family reunion.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, he went to a family reunion.
Yeah.
And I guess one of the people that was sick came back. Of course, brought it to me. But honestly, man, I still ain't recovered totally. I went to the doctor, did all the protocol and everything, but just like you say, your skeleton hurt. My skeleton feels like pixie sticks. I feel like if you pick me up to one of them just fall off and you lose the game, or however you play that game. But like I said, but what I got out of this, did nobody get no COVID reported cases during Juneteenth? I guess that's where their way of telling us, hey man, happy 4th of July.
Right.
You shouldn't be celebrating it anyway. So here's your ticket and here's your COVID.
Hey, because
next year.
I sure had to sit down. I ain't popping out one firework. I ain't popping out one firework.
Yeah. That was the God's way of saying, hey, if y'all don't want to stop celebrating this shit, I'm gonna stop you.
And you couldn't even go to sleep because everybody else was just blasting stuff, and you couldn't be mad.
Yeah.
Because it was a 4th.
Yeah.
But
I noticed that it has been, because and I'm just saying this just out of my own experience. Black people led the way in popping firecrackers for 4th of July. But I noticed this 4th of July, you didn't hit nearly as many.
Oh, dude, you should have came out to my neighborhood. It was, dude, I'm telling you, they were putting on a light show. I mean, like, it was really entertaining to watch. No lie, because this was like the first time, I guess, I've ever seen my neighborhood kind of get into a friendly competition. Yeah, like get into like a friendly competition when it came to popping fireworks, because it was like one end of the street, my end of the street, the back end, and it was just, I mean, the whole place was lit up, and it was beautiful, to be honest. But I mean, I just couldn't really enjoy it for too long because I was just laid up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you could have went outside, but it's just one of those things. It just hurt. It hurt to even get up.
It wasn't worth it then. So I couldn't like, it hurt to sit down. Like the only way that I could really feel some type of relief is when I lay down, and I had to lay sideways. Like I had to prop a pillow up on one side to kind of lay at an angle, and I was just like, dog, this ain't where it's at.
My shoulder's still cramping or feel like cramp. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, man, for everybody who say, oh, that COVID ain't real and all that,
yeah,
I beg to differ.
And you vaccinated though, right? Vaccinated.
I'm vaccinated, and the shots both. I got 2 shots, and both times, damn near died. So, you know, but I'm just one of those people. I don't react well to foreign substances in my body. Period. Yeah. You know, even alcohol. My body does not react well to except one alcohol, and that's tequila. Tequila.
Oh, you know what? I don't mean to cut you off, but you know we've been on our brown stuff lately, right? You know what I'm saying? Or before. But since the last time we saw each other, I've been on this tequila kick, and I don't like tequila, period. Mm-hmm. But when I tried the Rocks tequila, man, hold on, let me show you.
What is it?
It's Terramana.
Okay.
It's called Terramana.
Rock.
Yeah, what is made by the Rock?
Oh, the Rock.
Yeah, it's the Rock tequila.
Rock tequila. Oh, it's made by the Rock. Okay.
Yeah, it's called Terramana, and I ain't gonna lie, like it tastes really, really good. It doesn't have that aftertaste of tequila because I hate that taste of tequila, like I really do. But this one is really smooth. You don't have that taste of tequila, like, and on a healthier tip, of course, you know what I'm saying, whiskey has a lot of sugars and stuff like that. Like you kind of feel bloated sometimes, but even on the next day after drinking, and I'm not like a heavy drinker, so I never drink till I'm just like, you know, about ready to pass out. I'm cool with a good little buzz, and then I'm straight. But you don't feel it the next day. You know, so.
Well, I mean, it's filtered well then. I mean, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. So, you know what I'm saying? The next time we kick it, I might have to let you try some. So that's what I'm on today is the Terramana tequila. And, of course, you know, got the Sweet Jane cigar by Deadwood. And it's a lot of stuff that's happened, man. So, like, we got a lot to cover. We're going to try to make this a quicker episode, but man, it is a lot that has happened. A lot that's happened.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start this first video real quick. You got anything else to say before we start up?
No, I'm good, man. Let's just go ahead and get into it.
All right. Let me go ahead and share the screen and get started. Oh man, and I want to say, man, I appreciate everybody who's been reaching out, really kind of checking up on us. I mean, we've been trying to, you know, stay consistent, but I mean, of course, stuff does happen, you know, and nobody wants COVID.
Been trying to stay alive, not consistent.
Right. Well, I mean, staying alive does look at some type of consistency, you know what I'm saying? So, it just wasn't with this, I guess, but yeah. We've been going through some things, you know, but we're still here for you, and we appreciate people reaching out, you know, asking if we're okay and, you know, what's going on with the show. It really shows the people who've actually really been involved, you know, with the show and wanting to see us, you know, weekly or every 2 weeks. So now we're doing this virtual thing. We may be able to come to you more often, you know, so, hey, we'll see. So let's get into this video real quick.
So this was a DoorDash deal too good to be true. Last Thursday, a glitch allowed thousands of DoorDash customers to make lavish orders they didn't have to pay for.
How'd I miss that?
Right, same here. Some ordered thousands of dollars of top-shelf tequila. Others received a lifetime supply of Plan B contraception. The food delivery service is working to make sure merchants are paid for the unauthorized orders.
Are they?
And these are some photos of like the stuff that people bought, man. Like, I mean, look at that. At what is that? A Wingstop or something?
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if you saw somebody's tequila order. I mean, somebody's alcohol order.
Alcohol.
Look at that, dude. God, dog, bruh. How much alcohol you need? $6,000 worth.
That didn't have anything to do with the alcohol or want or needing that anything. That was just happened to be.
It was a glitch.
My favorite quote.
If you see a sucker,
you lick the hell out of it. That's how DoorDash just got licked. It's part of doing business. You got licked.
Right. But even with you, okay, I can kind of see the alcohol because even if you don't drink it, you can sell it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like, how many people gonna buy all them wings though? You know what I'm saying? And it's like at some point.
But that's what I'm saying. You had different crooks have different mentalities. Now, honest people saw that, probably reported it. Hey man, you know I can order this off. But when crooks or people who always take advantage see something like that,
yeah,
they jump on it and get anything they get because that's how they live their lives. They will get whatever. Now, I'm not saying DoorDash can't absorb that. I mean, they've been ripping off people for the longest.
right.
But the principle of the thing was people who use, if you give them, that's what old saying, if you give them an inch, they're going to take the whole damn yard. And that's what you got. They didn't think it through. They just saw I could get some free. Let me get some free. They didn't think it through. Now, some of them did. But some of them like, hey, man, I get some free. I don't even eat wings, but I want all of them.
Right.
You know, that's all that was. That's all it was, you know. It's the world you live in. When somebody can take advantage, there's always people out there that are going to take advantage of any situation.
I mean, but do you blame them? I mean, but do you blame them though when the system has took advantage? So it's like anytime you see a way that you can manipulate the system for your own well-being, I mean, do you blame them?
That's no excuse. That's the same way. That's the same way. And I don't mean this in no disrespectful term. Same way white folks been manipulating the system forever, but now you see black people can manipulate it. Is that really justification in doing the same damn thing?
Well, okay. So I equate it to, because I'm starting to learn more about, you know what I'm saying, taxes, and you're the, you know, probably the best one that I know to talk about taxes with, you know what I'm saying,
right.
Because you're an accountant. So it's like
right.
Taxes were made for us, you know what I'm saying, and there were so many loopholes for the rich to stay rich, and so it's
right.
like now with me learning those loopholes, me learning some of those, you know what I'm saying, maneuvers of how to work the system. I mean, hey, I'm taking advantage of it, you know. So
right. You're not taking advantage of the system. You're taking advantage of the knowledge that you've acquired. These people took advantage of the system. What you're doing is legal. What they're doing is, hey man, I know this is illegal, but I'm still gonna do it. What you're trying to do is, hey man, listen, these rules were written like this. I'm gonna stay within these rules and operate how I can to my advantage. These
I can see that.
Knew they stepped outside of the established policies and took advantage of it, just stealing. Now, do I feel bad for DoorDash? Hell no.
No.
But what I'm saying is that you're always gonna. I don't give a damn if it's COVID.
Yeah.
If plenty of people learn to take advantage and get rich off of COVID illegally. So I'm not saying that, hey man, you know, it's so wrong that they did. It is wrong that they did it. But at the same time, there's always going to be those people who, inflation.
Yeah.
When there's a depression, rich people are the first to look for ways to get richer because they got money.
Yeah. I mean, like I ain't gonna lie. Like, when the economy goes down, yes, it does affect us negatively, but that's the perfect time for capitalism. And it's like,
that's
if
true. That them be the rules.
Yeah, I mean, and if we have some extra money, like no lie, I mean, I came up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not to brag or anything, but it's just like if you know the rules within the system, or you know how to navigate through the system. I mean, this is the system. So,
legally.
Yeah. I see where you're coming
Nothing
from.
about this was legal.
Right.
Because if you did it legally, it wouldn't be a news broadcast about it.
Yeah, I mean, but you've heard of certain like there's always some glitches when it comes to flights. I haven't heard of anything when it comes to like DoorDash and stuff, but you always hear people having like those glitch flights, to where you can get a flight from, LA to, Dominican Republic for $50. So it's like, yeah, you take advantage of the system, but it's also a mishap on the service.
But you didn't go and buy 120 damn flights from because of a glitch. You know, hey man, I'm all right. This is still legal. I mean, it ain't my fault. But when you go and you just they knew it was illegal, and I guarantee you, that's why you don't do illegal stuff like this, because I can guarantee you, as powerful as DoorDash is, they taking names.
Oh yeah, well,
and you never know when they coming.
Right,
but they
gonna get their money. The next time you go try to order, right. The next time you go try to order, because some folks took their cards off, or some folks, put a card up there that you can't take stuff from. But it's like, well, you may want to order from them again, and you got a $6,000 tab run up.
Yep.
And even if you throw another card up there, and if you try to make a new account, if it's coming to the same address, you gonna pay what you owe, Santa.
They gonna take it, and good luck trying. Oh, they took $6,000 from me. They're like, hey,
what?
It's a glitch. It's a glitch,
right? You took it from them, so technically they just get it back.
So that's why. Like a related story is how people, how people steal from Walmart through those self-checkouts?
Oh, yeah.
And you see that story about now Walmart coming back and getting people. And not only are they getting people, they're getting innocent people, because Walmart is so powerful. They go back and look. And even if they suspect you stole something, you got to get a lawyer. You got to get all that. They already ruined your life, even if you're innocent.
Yeah.
So that's why people are saying, hey, stop using self-checkout, because self-checkout, Walmart has all the power in there. If they say, hey, well, you know what? We can't really see if you paid for this or not. We going to prosecute you. And what? You got to go get a lawyer. By the time they find you innocent, you don't spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So, don't take it. The house always wins, is what I'm saying. The house always. I've never seen Vegas lose. You ain't gonna never see any of these big companies lose. They may have taken advantage, but all of us gonna feel that.
Well,
that's why I don't do stuff like that. Go get it, but don't hurt me getting it.
Okay, well, let me see your perspective when it comes to this about somebody being sued for something. All right. Because, people are wild, man. People are wild.
With Kashante Short back in 2020 in Flint, she says he caused emotional distress because the date fell on her late mom's birthday.
Mr. Jordan, let me just ask you this. Are you planning to represent yourself on this?
To be honest with you, sir, I thought this was just going to be thrown out. We had a date, one date, and nothing else after that. And now I'm being sued for $10,000.
Todd, you've been doing this a minute. Ever seen anything like this?
If I've seen something like this, I've seen someone go to jail.
Defense attorney Todd Perkins wasn't in on this hearing, but says the judge has the patience of a saint as Ms. Short tried schooling him on everything during this recent Zoom hearing.
Do not insult my intelligence as if I do not understand what the word perjury means.
Be quiet while I'm talking. You need to be quiet. Can you mute her, please?
Because perjury is a criminal offense.
She's walking through an airport. She's just, as the judge was muting her, she continued to talk.
The best part, besides the look on this man's face, Ms. Short didn't even file in the right court.
Bottom line is, you said it's a criminal offense, so I will send it to circuit court. Are we done here?
No, you don't understand, ma'am. You don't understand.
Are we done here? Are we done here?
Like several other of Ms. Short's bizarre lawsuits, this one too got booted from district court. And as for the alleged bad date guy,
our hearts go out to him. I think he's going to get some good dates off of his patience in dealing with this. So, maybe he could use a bad moment for some good.
Reporting in Flint, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Your thoughts?
That's when keeping it real goes wrong. But let me tell you, the thing is, the man, went on must internet date, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, it took me 30 seconds to realize this lady ain't who you want to be around. He just had to go on a date and find out, and then he was ghost. Now imagine if he was one of these suckers that, well, she this and she that, but I see good in it and I'm gonna keep going. He really showed some intelligence by knowing, hey, you know what? This lady doesn't seem right for me. I'm out. Instead of just trying to be in there and get what he can get first, and then be out.
But it's just crazy for you to think rationally that you could sue somebody for a bad date for $10,000. I guarantee that date that y'all were about to go on, y'all were going on, was not worth $10,000.
Yeah, but see, that's if you notice in there, it said this is one of
right.
Many,
so she's tried this before.
Which means she's had success in something before, and she ain't losing anything if they throw it out. The only thing she got is the game. I'm gonna file it in court.
Right.
She has nothing to lose by keep doing this.
That's crazy, man.
Now, the only thing that I can see them doing is, all right, since y'all know she's had many, frivolous lawsuits.
Yeah.
You should charge her. You should make her pay court costs and all that.
Exactly.
But at the same time, if they do that to her, they got to do it to people like Donald Trump. So they don't want to mess up the system.
Well,
with the little people, because it's going to mess it up for everybody else. Right. So they're going to let her keep doing it until the laws change for the big one. Then she going to feel it, because the little people feel it first.
Right. So I'm going to take it a little bit deeper. Where is that protect black men now?
That was my first instincts about that, but I ain't want to say nothing.
But I'm at this point, like, and I don't fully agree with, what I'm saying, Kevin Samuels, of course, and we've talked about him, what I'm saying, on this show before. But it's just like we've went to bat for black women, and we still continue to. And we will continue to. But at the same time, you can't throw out, my king this or my king that, or, the black man black. But you got situations like this where you trying to take this man for $10,000 just because he want to go on a date with you?
Let me tell you what this boils down to. And people ain't going to agree with me. I don't care. Here's the thing. this society from day one has always used the black woman against the black man because the black woman is more easily manipulated by this system than the black man. You tell a black woman, I'm going to give you food stamps, free housing, maybe send you back to school, WIC for your children.
Right.
You can have all this stuff, but all you got to do is keep them N-words away from you.
Right.
And honestly, that has worked. It has worked since the beginning because when black men say, hey, we're going to defend our black women, we mean it because we have no incentive not to.
Right.
Black women are given, in their minds, will give up a lot to really mean we're going to stand up for our black men. Standing up for our black men mean they're going to cut off all this stuff they give us.
Right.
So that's where you see all this stuff coming from. The whole Me Too movement, black men have never had the power to keep black women from making gains on anything. But have you noticed this whole Me Too thing has shifted so much for the black woman to shift to the black man that you would think that we have been running corporations and everything and just keeping them down forever.
Right.
If you notice who have gained from this whole Me Too and this, who have gained from all this Black Lives Matters and all that, the only people in the black community that has gained is the black woman.
Yeah.
The black woman has gotten a Supreme Court justice. They've gotten a vice president. They've gotten support female businesses. They have gotten so much. But what are black men still doing? Hustling like we always have.
Right. Keep going. I hear you. Keep going.
You know, yeah. So I'm not that, because honestly, there are some black women that will die for you in a heartbeat. But the problem is, you have just as many that'll do that DoorDash thing. Hey man, it's a glitch in the system. Let me take advantage for it and get as much as I can before they discover the glitch.
Yeah.
The glitch in this whole Black Lives Matter, this whole Me Too, all this stuff, the glitch is you're including everybody but the black man. You're including the LGBT, LMNOPQ. You including, support black woman businesses. You're including everybody. But every time one of these movements, even Black Lives Matter, every time one of these movements start, the glitch in the system is you're gonna always leave out the black man. And honestly, that's what makes the black man feared so much more than before, because they're like, damn, we would have folded up a long time ago. If all I had to do was get in a dress and people or act effeminate and people accept me, hell, I'd be right here switching. These brothers are not wavering. They still strong. I'm like, hey, that's what's separating. The cream always rises to the crop. The cream always rises to the top, and they cannot shake us. They cannot shake us. So what are they? The last resort is, well, use their most prized possession against them. Black men don't care nothing about no money. We don't care nothing about no possessions, no houses or nothing. The only reason we ever get any of that stuff, go around here in metallic cars and 45-inch rims,
is to appeal to the women. So
you're damn right.
So,
and which women likes that more than anybody else? The black woman.
So is it to say, just like I heard Charlemagne say not too long ago, and I think he kind of let this slip out, and because he tried to clean it up afterwards, but I mean, you already said it. If you appeal to the woman, I'm saying, not saying black women in specific, but if you appeal to the woman, then it's more profitable for you.
It's very
You know what I'm
much
saying?
so.
Because men, I know me. Yeah, I love tech stuff. I'll go and buy, you know what I'm saying, a little tech stuff. Hell, you've even told me hey man, take them mics back. If we're not using them, you know what I'm saying? But
just let them sit and collect dust. Oh, but they got potential.
Okay. I don't need you to remind me. Yeah, I brought it up, but anyway, but we'll second guess a lot of stuff when it comes to just spontaneously buying this stuff based off of like emotion. You know what I'm saying? And to just go out and support. It's like, yeah, we may want to support, but what about this? What about that? Oh no, well, you know, they had like how many. It kills me with these little videos about these dogs, where they have like these little rescue dogs and stuff like that, in the eyes of an angel, and they put all the sad music behind it, and I'm just like, y'all videoing them dogs. I mean, but why aren't y'all saving them? You know what I'm saying? You showing all these videos, but it's to strike that emotion. Is the average? If you was to look at it, is the average more? Is it more women who donate or who support that type of stuff, or is it men?
Of course, men don't support that. You know, especially when they, you know, the polar bears and such and such. Men be like, by the time that commercial, man, fuck that dog.
Right.
You know, I got my own stuff to worry about.
Right. I got my own dog.
Yeah. Rich. I don't treat him bad. I sure ain't finna treat one around.
Well, one leg out here. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So, of course. But, you know, why you say that? Maybe black men need one of them commercials. One of them
they wouldn't care.
Commercials.
Right.
Music behind us.
We should do that. We should come out with it.
We got too much pride for that. That would be something that will work. It would go viral. It would go nationwide, and people will be like, "Oh, that's the poor black man. Let's help him."
At the same time, honestly, I wouldn't care what they think about it because I'm just doing this. Sometimes I would like to do stuff as more of a think piece. Because honestly, we're the type that don't really care about what other people think about us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've had this conversation before about being canceled, and it's like, dude, I'm nobody to be canceled anyway. But at the same time, it's like I've realized doing this, or at least, you know what I'm saying, looking into stuff about YouTube and blah blah, you know, whatever. There's a group out there for everybody. So
Absolutely.
It's like, if you're not rocking with me, then you're not rocking with me. And that's
But look at Kevin. Kevin Samuels never asked anybody to call in. He never asked anybody to listen to him or anything. It's just like you said. There's a group out there for everybody. But that group, that same group that's with you, there's numerous other groups out there to see you succeed in something, and will like nothing better, than to tear you down to your last molecule.
And nobody ever talked about Kevin Samuels when he was talking to men. He was talking to mostly men for the first 3 years. And I'm talking about telling them the hard truth. Like
he didn't get famous until the women ganged up on.
Yeah. And
because we didn't take the truth.
Man,
if somebody told me, man, you ain't nothing. I'm like, I know that before you even told me.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so we're not on here, you know what I'm saying, to try to bash women or anything like that. But I mean, we are on here to tell the truth.
Said have bashed women yet.
No, but you already know somebody be like, oh, well, they just talk about what, you know what I'm saying, women do and not what men do. But either way, it's like you expect for us to be able to take the truth. Oh, well, y'all can't handle the truth. Y'all can't handle a real woman. Okay, cool. Well, let's be honest then. If we're gonna be honest, let's be honest. And let's tell the truth all the way around. But don't get emotional. And don't start throwing out insults just because you have no more facts or you have no more truths to speak about. Because once that person, whether man or woman, sometimes, you don't have any more truths to back up or you don't have any more facts to go with the conversation, now you want to try to throw out insults. You know, and it's crazy to me how women will band together sometimes to take out somebody, and y'all don't even like each other.
That's the thing. That one little thing you just said right there separates women from men.
Right.
Men ain't finna band together to fight no women.
Nah.
No.
Not for what?
You never in history will you ever hear, oh yeah, them men they bonded and came and rose up. No, you always hear women doing that. You're always gonna hear a woman. Although they came together even for voting rights,
right.
Putting laws on the book to protect battered women. You saw them women bond.
Yeah.
Now, let me give you 3 examples.
Okay.
One example. And this is just the difference between men and women. How do you feel about male strippers?
I mean, I don't really have no emotion about it. Like, I mean, y'all do what y'all do, but
right. How you feel about female strippers?
I like female strippers.
You're damn right. See, that's one example of how you can take one from one sex to the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I personally look at male strippers as, man, you couldn't find nothing else to do with your life.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing. Nothing you can do. You're a man, and this is what you got to do.
But it's appealing to the women. But it's appealing to the women now. So it's like I don't.
But still, even women look at male strippers like, that's just okay. Well, even not male strippers. How do you look at the difference between lesbians and gay men?
Okay, let me say this real quick.
Nobody accepts gay black men, but lesbians. Oh well, we support you. I'm so glad you came out and have a party for them.
But listen to go with your point, because I was gonna say this. So I'm glad you kind of moved into this. It was a comedian, and I want to say it was a comedian Andrew Schultz, I think said this, but he said you've never heard a man get mad at a woman for transitioning into a man. He said to be honest, it makes sense. You know, why wouldn't you? What be a man? But is it the power thing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You feel like the man has more power, so you want to be more like the man in order to gain the power. But at the same time, that's where I feel like men and women will never be equal, because women have power within themselves that we'll never have.
Hold on. The one who wants to transition into a man, they don't want power over men. They want
power over women. Yeah.
But see, and they accept that. They accept that. But they don't want a man having power. Right. But they, well, she in transition for, and I'm there for her. Brittany Griner's wife.
Yeah.
For example.
Man, I heard Brittany Griner talk for the first time the other day, and she almost got a deeper voice than I do.
Dog, you should have saw her in college. She's gotten prettier over the years.
Yeah, she's actually really pretty.
She's pretty now. She's money pretty.
Now, okay. I never saw her before.
Yes. Go see. But I'm just saying, you see the way her wife is sticking by her?
Yeah.
That's how females are to the ones who transition. All of them are that way. They're very fiercely loyal.
Yeah.
Fiercely loyal. I'm like, yeah, but most of these people that are transitioning, the same power over you as y'all proclaim men want over you. But I guess it's accepted as long as they
a woman
start off how you. I don't know. You know what? Let me stop before I get canceled. And tell you the honest truth about that counsel stuff, I don't like talking to people. The more, if you've ever heard me on this podcast, I've been itching to get counseled. That way I ain't got to talk to nobody.
Well, that kind of makes a good transition to the next topic. Now, I'm going to forever, you know what I'm saying, fight for my black women, you know what I'm saying, but I wouldn't necessarily say all of them, but wrong is wrong, right is right. So I'm gonna share this next video because this is crazy.
All right.
Violent weekend in Chicago. The family of a woman shot in a possible road rage incident is speaking out.
Is it too low?
Is live and along with their story.
Okay.
We spoke with this victim's mother, sister, and friends who are extremely frustrated with the investigation into this expressway shooting that happened on Saturday afternoon, and they say they want charges filed in this case.
She's a good mother. She works. She's not a bad person.
24-year-old Aaliyah Ivory of Park Forest was on her way to the city to hang out with her friends just before 2 p.m. on Saturday, trying to merge onto I-57 northbound from Lincoln Highway near Matson.
And he wouldn't let her over, so he tried to push her off to the side of the road.
She cut him back off. He pulled up on the side of her, called her a racist name. She called him a name back. And then he got behind her. Next thing you know, bullets started to shoot.
Ivory was able to pull over on 57 near Volmer Road, and witnesses ran to help her. This cell phone video shared with her family by one of them shows Illinois State Police walking the alleged shooter in handcuffs and placing him in a squad vehicle.
We're really blind right now to his situation. We just know that he's not being charged at the moment because he was concealed to carry, and then he also stayed there on the scene.
The family says a detective told them the man expressed that he feared for his life. Aaliyah Ivory's sister says she does have a concealed carry, but doesn't believe she ever touched her weapon.
Her weapon was not drawn. Her weapon was not shot either, in a holster, on safety.
As the family awaits word on the investigation, doctors have told them it will be a long road to recovery for Ivory, with a bullet lodged in her spine and major damage to other parts of her body.
One surgery she has to have in her hand because she threw her hand up to block the bullet, and it shattered like 30 bones in her hand.
I'm glad that my sister is still alive, but if she did try to cut you off, that still didn't mean to let off 6 shots into her car, where she could have had her child that is in that same exact spot where all of the bullets were at.
So it was a road rage incident to where I guess she was trying to get over, and she wound up getting over in front of this other guy, and I guess they kind of went back and forth, and he wound up getting behind her, and now he wants to pull out a gun and shot into the car 6 times. And she actually had a gun, herself, concealed, licensed and everything, but she never reached for her. And it's just like, we've all been in road rage situations. But for you to go that far as to shoot up a person's car and the cops to actually let him go afterwards, and he got out of jail with no bond?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your thoughts. Go ahead.
I have no idea why people keep thinking that police are here to serve and protect you.
Right.
And, how many examples do you need to understand that man didn't give a damn about no road rage or anything. What he saw was color.
Yeah.
And once he saw it was a black woman, He really felt emboldened because if it had been a black man, he probably would have, oh, well, his stereotypical thing would have been like, oh, well, he probably has a gun and he'll shoot me.
Yeah, he probably just flicked him off and then just went on about it.
And kept on going or whatever. Yeah. But what he saw was color and a woman. Right. He knew he could shoot her, which is why I'm sitting here wondering, why y'all on TV talking about this? He out on bail, right? I mean, he out with no bail or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. Let's just say somebody got in a fight and hurt one of your family members. Just say in the hood, whatever.
Yeah.
What do?
I finna pull up, to the person who.
So why don't we do that to everybody else? Why don't we? And I'll go all the way back to Trayvon Martin. What is it about us that when it's somebody else, we have to let the law? We gonna let the law handle. But when it's us, we become Cedric the Entertainer. I don't need no usher. I don't want no usher. I don't need no usher.
Yeah.
What is it about us? That's why nobody likes us. Because we're full of mouth. We can get on these rap songs and talk all this shit about what we're gonna do. And everybody else know, watch me shoot them and see what they do. Nothing. They cower. Damn. They cower. And let the police come on the scene, and then we'll start crying. Mr. Officer, I'm like, the officer don't give a damn about you.
Right. That's a bold statement, Mr. Sir.
So that and did you notice what she said? He called her a name, and unfortunately, she called him one back. That's N-word talk.
I don't see how that's unfortunate. I mean
it's N-word talk. It means. Unfortunately, she called this man a name, but it wasn't unfortunate when she didn't say. Unfortunately, he called him. That's N-word talk, man. That's why I stay away from people like that.
Yeah.
If you don't see yourself as equal, then 9 times out of 10, you will try to do something to me before you ever try to do something to anybody else. Yeah. It's N-word talk, and I stay away from it. Because I can guarantee you, if that was somebody black, man, we're gonna pull up.
Right. But
if that was a white person,
where's the same energy?
They gonna let the law handle.
Right.
I mean, my whole point is, man, we scared of everybody. Don't mess with them Mexicans. They got MS-13 in the mob. In the cartel. Don't mess with them Italians or all the rest of them. They got the mob. They'll come get you. Don't mess with them white folks. They got the Ku Klux Klan. But when it comes to somebody black, I don't care who you got.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's the dumbest. I'm like, just have the same energy with everybody else. And people will leave you alone. They ain't nothing but bullies. The moment you punch a bully in the mouth, and that whole, well, I respect the badge. Why? Tell me one thing the badge has ever done for you.
And
not one damn thing. Not one damn thing. And my whole thing about it is every time I see a story like that, I'm like, man, cut that off. If they ain't on that camera, quit walking the same way they would when somebody black, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you on no camera. Because the ones who actually mean it, you never see them on camera. Only thing you see is, well, unfortunately, this individual's house was shot up shortly after the accident, and we have no suspects.
Right. Real G's moving silence like lasagna. Shout out to Lil Wayne. Well, let's go to a lighter note story real quick, man.
I just hate N-word stories because they always find these humble. Oh, unfortunately, shut up and get off the camera. I bet they was all at home. I bet they were all at home sitting around the TV waiting for their picture to get on.
Hey, look, hide the kids, hide your wife, because they
that don't translate real outside of Huntsville.
I don't know. Hey, man, I don't know if you know the story behind that, but like,
I do.
Yeah,
I was in Turkey when that story came out.
And you heard it in Turkey?
Heard in Turkey. I was in Turkey.
Oh man.
And and dog, I was embarrassed just as much in Turkey.
Hey, but look, I heard dude got on though, like after some DJ made like a little song about it. Dude,
a white DJ made a song about it first.
Yeah. And dude wound up getting like $1 million off of it. And guess what he moved? He moved to California.
Up out of that.
Yeah, well listen, he moved to California, and because he didn't know, it just like you said, if you find a sucker, lick it.
Yeah.
He didn't know the ways of how California worked. They look for people who come out there with the hopes and the dreams to be this and to be that.
With that look in their eye.
Supposedly got him a little agent and took all of his money.
Yeah.
And he right back here. I haven't seen him. You know what I'm saying?
A year or two ago, at some small car lot dealership doing commercials for him on YouTube.
I ain't seen him.
Yeah, I've seen him. And the sad thing about it is, man, he you know that whole thing was he was this gay guy, right?
Right, but then he came out talking about he wasn't gay no more.
He wasn't gay no more. I was like, dude, you just messed up your money.
Right.
You know, you should have said that. See, you should have did that in private.
Right. But I mean, you couldn't do that after dressing up looking like looking like Ray Charles' mother. You know what I'm saying? With the bonnet on. I mean, with the little.
He looked like Lindy Pendy from Good Times.
Well, I mean, that's a reference that we
I
all ain't gonna.
I know you don't know nothing about that. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you can't go back.
Right.
After so my whole thing about it is that, true enough, he might have just said, hey, man, I was doing that gay thing for money. I don't need no money no more.
I mean,
but you can't go back and say the thing that got you famous. That's like Urkel saying, I don't want nobody to call me Urkel no more.
You Urkel. I mean, just like
Streets saying, I don't want to be called Streets no more. From Saved by the Bell.
Right, just like Carlton.
I don't want to be. I'm like, dude.
Everybody gonna see you and want you to do the dance.
That's like Hootie and the Blowfish when he tried to say, well, you know what? I want to be known as Darius Rucker. From that, shut up, Hootie.
Here we go.
You're gonna always be Hootie.
All right, so yesterday had a little bit of technical difficulties with the audio in the program. I don't know if it was because it was storming yesterday, but even in the background, like you could hear the thunder and everything that was going on. So, today we try to finish up the episode. That's why, Steve got on the Wakanda Forever. You know what I'm saying? The
whatever.
He the Mac Panther. I don't know about the Black Panther, but yeah, man, I asked you off camera, man, about the preview, and you said that you ain't seen it yet.
Yeah. As for Black Panther 2, like I said, I want to have the same experience I had for the first movie.
Right.
And I don't see any advantages or benefits to me watching like previews or anything like that, because I'm like, all of that takes away. You have a mindset going in, whereas the first movie, we didn't know what to expect. We were just going because it was all black cat, and we got more than what we expected. So
yeah, it was way more.
Same feeling this time, So I try to stay away from previews and stuff like that because I don't want to go in there with any preconceived ideas. I just want to go and enjoy the movie the same way I did in person.
Now, I'm not trying to give anything away, and this not going to be giving anything away, but the preview, though, was so powerful, man. Like, it was it was a very powerful preview, and nobody's talking in it. It's just music. And the only person that said something is the Queen. It's probably one of the only women that I ever called Queen like that. It's Angela Bassett, man. She said something, and it was more powerful than when she said, "Joseph, go to bed." In American Dream. Hey, she just that one statement sent chills down my spine from the preview, man. You gotta. Well, I know you said that you're not gonna check it out, but if you do, it's good though, man. It's really good. I can't wait.
I don't know when the movie's release date is, but it's gonna get harder and harder to avoid these previews.
Oh yeah.
Because, they're trying to hype it. I'm like, this movie needs no hyping.
No, it doesn't.
I'm like, you already got every black person on earth gonna go to this movie. You don't need a you're wasting money doing previews because we're already on board. Yeah. Now, the only thing a preview can do is get other people to come see this movie. But honestly, if you're a Marvel fan,
you already on board.
You already on board. So my whole thing is, who are you trying to get to come to this movie that ain't already coming in the first place?
Yeah.
But
I think what I like what Marvel does is for the ones who are like major Marvel heads who knows these little Easter eggs and these little snippets and cutaways, they'll throw these little flashes into the preview.
So they can
like, it's like, oh snap, that means this, that means that, that means that. So it gets you more hype for it. But we're all curious what they're gonna do when it comes to
Yeah. See, and that's why that's another main reason I don't want to see the previews, because just let me see what happened. I don't want to speculate anything, because I'm gonna tell you. You remember when everybody was speculating on that last Fast and Furious?
Okay, well, we all know that should never have been made. First of all.
No. I mean just about him, how they were going to take him out of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody was speculating, and people went to that movie just to see if he was going to die in a car wreck or was he going to do this. And it turns out he made it through the whole movie.
Yeah.
So this is the same thing. I want to be surprised, because for all we know, Chadwick Boseman made a whole movie that they can have him go throughout this whole movie. Or he could not even make an appearance in this movie. Who knows?
Right.
But my whole thing about it is that I don't want to know. I want to go there and just get the same experience.
I understand.
So, because I'm very excited for it, but that ain't why I got the shirt on.
It was surprising, what I'm saying, when you jumped into the video and I saw you standing there, what I'm saying, with the shirt on, with the serious face. I was like, man, this come take the podcast down.
I made this shirt when I first heard there was a Black Panther movie gonna be made. Not when I saw
made the shirt.
I made it.
Okay, cool.
I made this shirt when I first heard one was, so it was one of the first shirts I ever learned to make as a graphic designer.
Yeah.
And I always have this shirt hanging up and don't ever touch it.
Yeah.
But I ain't washed today. And I haven't watched in about a week and a half.
All right, okay. All right. Yeah, because you've been laid up. You've been laid up for about 2 weeks.
I have.
Yeah.
So this is one of those big glass in case of emergency shirts. I know it's clean.
Right.
So
all of us got those watch day outfits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know at least this clean. Let me go ahead and throw this on and call it a day.
So this shirt is one of those you may never see it again, because I might be up, but I've been down for weeks.
Now I did want to ask you on a movie tip because, well, you seem to like more TV shows than you do movies like that. But, you know, how do you feel about like a movie review, like a 15, 20 minute, you know, movie review show to where I can kind of throw up some clips from different movies and, you know, we kind of give our perspective. How you feel about that?
You would have to give me it now. If you're saying you're just gonna throw up a movie and give me my opinion about that little skit, that little preview, I can do that. But if it's having knowledge of the movie,
well, I'm talking about like movies. Well, I'm talking about like movies all around. Like I mean, we can go back to, you know, okay, so for me, one of my favorite comedy movies is Life. You know what I'm saying? Like we can give our, you know, just random movies, you know what I'm saying? Something 15, 20 minutes to just kind of give the people more content in between our regular, you know, podcast show. Because this show is you know what I'm saying? Something 15, 20 minutes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. And then, I mean, you can throw out one of your favorite ones and, you know, I'll watch it and then, you know, give my perspective and, you know, some of the highlights and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. If there's something that y'all want to see or, you know, y'all be interested in, you know, taking a look at or at least hearing, you know, drop it in the comments, you know, you're more than welcome to message me, send me a text, whatever, you know, get in contact with both of us, either one of us or whatnot, and let us know what you think. But yesterday, we were discussing this story about the Florida man. So, this Florida man is about to go to jail for killing a cock. I ain't never killed no cock before, you know what I'm saying? But let's see what this Florida man got to say about it. Dude, Florida just something serious, man.
Get ready for this story. A Florida man is speaking out after a month in jail. He's accused of killing his neighbor's rooster. He says the rooster attacked him and he was wrongfully imprisoned. But his former friend says that is not the case.
I didn't know to give it a 21-gun salute. CPR, mouth to mouth, you know, or call the chicken ambulance.
Big Roo was Jason DeFelice's pet rooster. That is until James Nix hit it with a stick.
So I'm defending myself. You know, I was feared for my safety, and the chicken, you know, died.
Nix says the rooster attacked people.
I have not heard that, because I know the neighbor here. I know him. Like, we're friends. He never said anything to me about it.
I did tell him, after the chicken hit my dad, I said, hey, man, the chicken attacked my dad. It's just a chicken. What's he going to do? You know, okay, well, look.
He says the rooster followed and attacked him.
His neck flares up, and he's doing his thing, and he's trying to jump up at me. And I try to hit it, but the chicken's jumping up at me, and I accidentally knocked it in the head. You know, call it a lucky shot, whatever.
But when DeFelice came home, all he saw was his rooster dead in a ditch.
I said, I'm calling JSO. I called JSO. JSO didn't do nothing. Then a couple of days later, I realized I could call animal control.
And in late June, James Nix went to jail for animal cruelty.
Next thing you know, he calls the chicken police on me. Chickens are dying every day, people, at churches, Popeyes, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Really.
While the neighbors continue this very important fight, Nix says he never should have been arrested in the first place.
What did we just see?
He had a point, right? I mean, chickens
what
die
just
every
happened?
day, but that poor neighbor lost his unclucky friend.
Hey, man. In between all of the bad stuff that we may see, you can always depend on Florida to give you something to laugh about, man. Always, dog. Come on, man. Like, chickens die every day, B. But, I mean, it's true. He said a chicken neck flared up like the dinosaur from Jurassic Park in the first.
Let me tell you something, man. If, and I'm still having a hard time believing that was a real news story. You know, people do skits all the time, pretending like if that was a real news story, that dude is a natural born comedian.
But I mean,
he is a natural. He can take that whole act on the road and have people pay to see that.
But I mean, how many times, do we see clips of, and see, I don't know where they go to it with, or like who they choose to show, but it's like they pick, and I don't want to say the most ignorant, but they pick the most, I guess,
the most
real.
Ignorant. You had it right. The most ignorant, and they've been doing to us for years. For
right.
Years. The
right.
only time you ever saw somebody get on camera and black was the one I was like, now, of all the people, you pick this ignorant.
Right. Like the hide your kids, hide your wife, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You about to lose your job, all of that. Even with that white dude talking about strutting that ass. It was like a few years ago, he was like, yeah, they walking up to the courthouse, dressed up all like this, strutting that ass. And the news person was like, what? Yeah, up there strutting that ass. I said, oh my God, man. Hey, it makes for good TV. You know what I'm saying? But
you see, that is news reporter and newscasters gold right there. They go out looking for that more than they look for oil, gas, gold, diamonds. They look through the crowd and can smell ignorance.
They can whip it out.
I believe they go to a class.
How to spot dummies. How to spot dummies.
So, no, they saw him coming a mile away.
Right.
And you saw the two reporters, they could barely keep their composure.
Right. They couldn't hold it together. Couldn't hold it together, man.
They did better than I could have done.
Right, because I would have walked off. I'm like, dude, I can't.
I would have walked off the set.
Right.
I know y'all don't expect me to be professional.
Right. I can't.
But yeah, honestly, the man had a point.
Yeah.
And my thing about it is that, have you ever seen a rooster attack?
Oh, it gets vicious.
It is a vicious animal.
Yeah, they get vicious. Yeah.
If it wasn't a vicious animal, a whole D1 football team in South Carolina wouldn't be called the Gamecocks.
Yeah.
Roosters are vicious.
And they've been having cockfights and everything too.
And they go straight for your eyes.
Yep.
And my whole thing about it is, how can somebody go to jail? Next thing you know, you're going to be going to jail. Well, he had a pet snake, and the pet snake tried to bite me, and I killed the snake, and now I'm going to jail because he called the animal control police. I didn't even know animal control can arrest somebody.
It's one of those things, too, for me, that it's like, regardless of if it's a chicken or a dog, you should have your animals and stuff confined into your own space. So if your chicken or your dog or whatever is over here in my yard, at least in Alabama, I got the right to kill it.
Well, something makes me think that it's either more to this story or he has it on camera how he killed it.
Mm.
Because this the rooster attacked me and I killed it. I'm like, I don't think people would just go to jail for that. It seems to me like there's more to that story, because I'm like, first of all, he's too nonchalant about killing it.
It's kind of like that story that we just heard about the woman suing the man, for the 10K. It's like, dude, this is so ridiculous. I didn't really think. I'm like, look, I just hit the chicken across the head. Yeah,
right.
It died, but I mean, chickens die every day. So I mean, what's the big deal? What's the big deal?
But that's what makes me think it's more to it. Because for one thing, if I had killed a chicken, I wouldn't have just let him lay it over in a ditch.
Yeah.
I think that has more to do with it, because I'm like, so you killed this chicken and put him in a ditch? Nah. If a chicken had attacked you, which they will,
Yeah.
But the man didn't say the chicken scratched him or anything. It said it was about to. But the way they said is that he came home, he saw the chicken laying in the ditch. That told me that something fishy here. Now, if he had just cooked the chicken and ate him, there wouldn't have been no evidence in the first place.
I mean, but wasn't that chicken going to eventually die anyway?
The chicken was going to eventually die. But I think it's more about, hey, man, you killed my chicken and didn't eat it. You wasted food. I'm called animal police.
Yeah, it's the principle.
It's the principle of it. You don't just throw chickens dead and you didn't even eat it. No.
No, you just going to be out here killing my cock.
Right. All right. Well, look, I'm not getting canceled.
So what they gonna cancel us for?
You finna offend them people.
Hey man, I ain't worried about getting nobody offended. Hey, it is what it is. This is also a podcast for comedians. You know, we may not be professional comedians, but you know.
Please, I got 1,000 cockfighting jokes and
and we'll go ahead and let one loose then.
Okay.
Go ahead, let one off.
Listen, because
they out there beating cocks.
Because once I start, I'm gonna get vicious with it. So I'm like,
hey, well, go ahead. Look. Our fans want to see the real, the raw, the authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Not in my T'Challa shirt.
right. Wakanda forever.
I have to have a decor, some type of raw decorum about myself today.
Or you can put on that tank top that you had on that day that got you a lot of, that garnished you a lot of attention. We'll touch on that topic, on a later part. I know I keep teasing that, but I'm waiting for the okay to tell that story.
Not yet.
Which he probably would never give it to me, but I may just have to slide it in somewhere.
It's don't even talk about sliding it in somewhere either.
After talking about cocks, talking about sliding it in, no homo. No homo.
Choose your words wisely, right?
But just to kind of give a little drop, he had on a rainbow shirt on a rainbow day.
There was no rainbow.
There was no rainbow. He got a lot of attention.
First of all, it was more tie-dye.
Okay.
It was tie-dye.
It was very colorful.
It was colorful. I give it that.
Yeah.
But the whole thing about it is, as a kid and growing up, I loved rainbows. I'm
sure you do.
And now, let me be quiet.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, man. It's a safe space. It's a safe space, man. It's a safe space.
Another day, another time, man.
All right. So when you thought things couldn't get more ridiculous, or people couldn't find a way to get out of stuff, somebody always finds a way. Well, this next story is a little bit questionable, but hey, if they got away with it.
Texas woman is taking her fight over a traffic ticket to court. She's pregnant and argues she and her unborn baby meet the threshold for traveling in the HOV lanes. A police officer pulled over Brandy Batone and gave her a $275 ticket for an HOV lane a couple of weeks ago. Well, a Texas law says a vehicle must be occupied by two people in order to use the lanes. Batone says when the officer asked her who else was in the car, she pointed to her belly, 34 weeks along, with her child.
I was like, oh, this. I was like, right here. Here she is.
Oh, hold on.
He just kind of looked at me like a...
Hold on. I thought I was sharing the video. My bad. Hold on. Let me go back. I'm slipping. Yeah, I'm slipping, man. I'm sitting there looking at the screen like y'all can see it. My fault.
I mean, we can hear it just fine.
Yeah, my bad.
Trust me, it sounds just as ridiculous just with audio.
Texas woman is taking her fight over a traffic ticket to court. She's pregnant and argues she and her unborn baby meet the threshold for traveling in the HOV lanes. A police officer pulled over Brandy Batone and gave her a $275 ticket for an HOV lane a couple of weeks ago. Well, a Texas law says a vehicle must be occupied by 2 people in order to use the lanes. Batone says when the officer asked her who else was in the car, she pointed to her belly, 34 weeks along with her child.
I was like, oh, this. I was like, right here. Here she is. And he just kind of looked at me like, how do I answer this?
Well, at the time, the Supreme Court had just overturned Roe v. Wade, and Texas has an impending ban on abortions. So Batone argued the child she's carrying was a passenger in the car. Even the officer admitted Batone could fight the ticket. Her court date is in late July.
All right, your thoughts.
The moment I heard the story, I said perfect.
Right.
Absolutely perfect. Since y'all are so smart.
Right.
Well, baby, it's the moment of conception. No,
right, cool.
This is perfect. See, this is chess, not checkers, right here.
Right. Come on.
Oh, y'all want to be smart? Y'all want to be cool? Y'all want to be sitting around here and tell people what they're gonna do? Okay, all this stuff that y'all think y'all are smart, it's people way smart, and she just proved.
Right.
Y'all ain't as smart as you think you are.
Right. Yeah.
If I was women, I would just say I'm pregnant.
Right.
It's at inception, right? If I was women, I would go to every HOV line and just call them up. Hey, I'm pregnant.
I'm pregnant. Right. You know? You can't give me no pregnancy test on the side of the road.
Exactly. You got to take my word for it. I'm pregnant and I can't get an abortion. It's 2 people. Then you say it's at the moment of inception. So there you go. See, like I said, grown-ups, you said, you know what? There's more than one way to teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
This whole Roe v. Wade thing gonna last about a year. And it's gonna last about a year only because it's gonna take them 6 months to realize they made a mistake. In the next 6 months, it's gonna try to find a way to swallow their pride and find a way to overturn it without making them look like they overturned it.
Right.
But my whole thing about it is when you get idiots who have for so long just felt like they had the privilege of telling people what to do and being in power.
Yeah.
And now that you got that power, you went and made a law that has nothing to do with you. Because honestly, if you've seen it, it's all these old, decrepit ass people who couldn't have a child if somebody, never mind, but they can't have a child. So they gonna tell people who can what, and then have more abortions in their day than they can count.
I've always found it ridiculous that, within the Supreme Court, there's not a time limit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a time limit for any type of other political, positions to where somebody else got to get voted in, or, you've been here for too long, blah, blah, whatever.
No,
but some of those people have been sitting in those seats for years.
Nothing but president has a time limit.
Well, even when it comes to like the governor and stuff like that,
do they have a time limit?
Well, of course, it comes up for re-election and stuff like that. So there's time for them to get out of office, but when it comes to the Supreme Court, no. But just like the city, that we live in right now, you see how it's starting to become more modernized. Like it's starting to really catch up with the times because all of those older people with the old mindset of how things used to be are finally dying out. I hate to say it. So you have a life at the moment of conception. I also read something, and I don't have the.
I was saying inception. I meant conception.
Yeah. I knew what you meant. But So I also read something to where they're going to try to pass this bill that the father has to start paying child support at the moment of conception. And I'm just like, dude, first of all, we don't even know if that's that person's child yet. Then it's like, what am I paying child support on or for at that moment? Yeah, I know the woman has, doctor bills and stuff like that to take care of, but it's just like at the moment of conception. the person got to pay child support? I mean, it just seems kind of ridiculous.
Where do you hear that bill at? What bill? Who is that? A federal or some state or started that?
I can't remember. I just seen a quick article about it. I didn't really do enough research for me to get a lot of background stuff on it. But
introduced in Senate, January 28, 2020. Unborn Child Support Act. This bill requires states to apply child support obligations to the time period during pregnancy. This requirement is applicable retroactively based on a court order at the request of the pregnant parent and a determination by a physician of the month during which the child was conceived. Existing state requirements are applicable to these obligations, such as proof of parenthood.
Well, Here's thing about if that's a bill that they're thinking about. That's gonna backfire too.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. If I start paying for a child, even if it ain't my child, that's my way of staying. Let's say I'm a crazy.
Okay.
That's the exact way I'm gonna stay in this woman's life. And you know, all these people who are trying to kill women or abuse women, hey, you can't go nowhere. You can't take my child. I've been paying child support, but it's not your child. I've been paying child support. The state said it was my child. You can't leave me out of your life. Everywhere you go, you got to tell me where you at because you got my child.
Right. Even if you are 3 months or 2 weeks.
Yeah. You can't go anywhere without telling me, or you're going to jail. So all these smart people who think they hurting folks,
it's gonna backfire.
The only thing they're doing is making people get on their knees and pray for their early demise.
Mm.
You know, I'm like, because a lot of these older people, and not only are the ones who are making laws that have the privilege and everything are dying, the ones who accepted that BS in the first place are dying off too, and good riddance to them too. Because I've seen a lot of people in the past accept law. Well, you know, that's the law. Yeah, but you knew it was an unjust law, and you just sat there. You didn't fight it. You didn't. You know, it was cowardly. So all the bullies and all the cowards are dying off, and good riddance to them. So it's going to be harder to just pass laws. This whole Supreme Court, I can see that coming to an end too. I can see that coming to an end because now people are like, wait a minute. How is it? Just what you said. How is it these people have a lifetime appointment? Has nothing in common with most living people because all of them look like they were prehistoric.
All of them still got the powder wigs on.
Yeah. You know, I'm like, that these folks have nothing in common with anybody, but they get to pass the law. Now, the thing about the June 6th thing and all that.
January 6th.
January 16th. That's going to become more commonplace. And not only in the United States. Yeah. It's going to become more commonplace across the world because now people are realizing, wait.
But see, I don't know if it's going to become kind of like a worldwide thing because their punishment for stuff like that is way more drastic than what ours is. And that's why this stuff don't happen like that.
No. The punishment for us is drastic, depending on your skin tone.
True.
See, other countries ain't got that mix of skin tone. It's just, hey, they're people. So we ain't treating you this way because they have no way of differentiating each other except on a financial or class level.
Okay.
You know, so, and I noticed that all over the world. Everywhere else, they don't really care much about your skin tone, but if you ain't in that class.
Yeah.
Or financial, it's very hard to get it, and you at your level, or you at in your level of society. So they come down hard on people who don't financially have the means to fight.
Right.
The United States is different. They come down. Our laws are just as hard, just as draconian, just as harsh as anybody else, except they separated by skin tone, which it's these stupid, which is the only reason this country has lasted this long, is because technology is just developing. But as long as that ocean separated us, and it was hard to navigate, oh yeah, y'all can get over here and do all this craziness. Now, that ocean means nothing.
It's
so,
true.
You know, but overseas, you'd be surprised how much they don't care about, okay, well, that whole, what is it, live on my knees or stand up, die standing on my own 2 feet. Oh, they believe in that. We're the only ones who are, well, Jesus will save us, or, well, let's put it in the hands of the law. No, nobody else believes in that. Nobody else believes in that. Nobody else believes in, all right, well, you killed my family member. Whether you're a cop or not, you killed my family member. You're not getting justice. Okay, well, that's it. No other country believes that. Yeah. We're the only country. And that's what I mean about the bullies are dying off, but the cowards are dying off too.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as all these bullies and cowards and everybody meets each other on the same level, that's when you're going to get respect. Because once everybody's at the same level, oh, you ain't got no advantage of me. No, you run your mouth this time, you might get it closed up.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody going to run to your rescue.
Right.
So that's how it is all over the world. The only thing is the United States, as much as we like to think we're more advanced than the rest of the world, no, it's just the United States is catching up with the rest of the world. That's why, when all over the world, well, in the United States, we don't have bombings every day, and we don't have people shooting everybody. Remember, back in the day, none of that stuff happened in the United States. We thought that all that stuff happened overseas.
Yeah, well, see, and that's the thing about it. Like, a lot of people don't realize that the U.S. is still a young country.
That's right.
Like, it's not as old and established as some of these older countries who's finally got to that point of everything smoothing out. So what they may have been going through, 80 years ago, we're now getting to that space of stuff happening until things later on smooth out just like them. But if because I've heard that once a country starts to give too much freedom and the people start to fight against each other and, fight against the government, that's when they fall.
Listen, it ain't so much when they start fighting against the government. When they see the government doesn't have their best interest. See, It took us a while to realize the government doesn't have our best interest. But the time limit of most countries is about 400 years.
Okay.
United States has a good run, but we're past that 400-year point of where most civilizations Rome, 400 years. Any great civilization, they lasted about 400 years.
Yeah.
It takes 400 years for that class that came and took over that, conquered, to intermingle and have the ones there, I guess their slaves are the ones that they are subduing to come around and get strong enough, to say, hey, we ain't taking this no more. It takes about 400 years. The United States is well at that 400-year point. So that's why you're seeing a lot of these people starting to fight back and all that, and people say, black people always white. I was like, no, for a race of people to go from slavery to finally get some strength, it takes about 400 years. We're right on course. We're right on course. But people keep saying, well, why y'all didn't do this back in the day? Well, you had a little person called Jesus Christ and Christianity rear their ugly head and keep us subdued for a little bit longer than we should have.
Well, I'm glad that you said that, because that's a great transition into our next topic, talking about, Christianity or the church. And I want to see if you saw this
New tonight, a bishop in Brooklyn robbed at gunpoint in the middle of a church service, and the whole thing happened during a live stream. Bishop Lamar Whitehead says 3 men waving guns stole hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry from him and his wife. It happened about 9:30 this morning at Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries in Canarsie. The bishop says he worried the thieves were coming in to shoot worshipers.
And when I see them come into the sanctuary with their guns, I told everybody, get out. Everybody just get out. You know, took my watch, took my jewelry, took my bishop's ring, took my wedding band. They took my bishop's cross.
Police say the thieves drove away in a white Mercedes. If Bishop Whitehead looks familiar, he ran for Brooklyn Borough President last year.
Okay. Let me say something first. I don't know if y'all noticed the guy that was sitting in the corner on the left-hand side. While everybody was getting down and the guy was getting robbed, he was just sitting there. He never got down. He just sat there and was just looking. So he didn't look too alarmed. Second thing. They said that he took almost $400,000 worth of jewelry. Why do you have $400,000 worth of jewelry on you? Why are you wearing it? Okay. You got people that you're leading, that you are supposed to be blessing and healing and, you know, speaking the word and, you know, helping them through different trials and tribulations and pulling them out of the depths of hardships and making sure that they get their blessing to be able to make it to the next day. Can I get an amen? But then you are wearing $400,000 worth of jewelry while this single mother over here has no food to feed her children. But you're passing around their collection plate 3 or 4 times a service just so you can wear $400,000 worth of jewelry. Man, look, man. And not only that, as you look at some of the later videos that are put out about the situation, all of it seemed like a setup. All of it seemed like a possible insurance scam. And it's just like, and for one, you're in Brooklyn on live, always being flashy, always wearing this, always driving this. I mean, we've known for a long time that, you know, those hands are being dipped into the collection plate. But it's just like you said earlier, the ignorance and the blind following of somebody. You can't tell me about no type of struggles that I may be going through, and you up there wearing $500,000 worth of jewelry. Anyway, go ahead.
Well,
Wakanda forever.
as
lick it.
As a well-quoted man, considered one of the most intelligent black men in the world, let alone the United States, would say,
Michael Jackson.
Cornel West.
Okay.
Now you getting into the soft underbelly. See, you got a hard shell, but you got what you were just saying. Got into the soft underbelly.
Okay, talk to him.
That soft spot where you can pierce and expose all of the bad stuff, all of the blood, the guts, the things that would make most people puke.
Mm-hmm.
What would make most people puke is to realize that Christianity is a bunch of BS.
It's a business.
That's all it is. But see, and I tell people this all the time, and they get mad at me. I got a feeling that one of these days I'm gonna make one of these God fearing Christians is gonna make me kill them about talking about their religion. But here's my thing, especially for black people. I'm saying especially when you talk about Jesus, you say all this and all this. You love Jesus and everything, but when you close your eyes and you can't see nothing but don't tell me something that you think you want me to hear. If you can't close your eyes and see Jesus as a black man, because a lot of y'all say, "Oh yeah, he's black," but when you close your eyes, this between you. You tell yourself the truth. When you close your eyes, if you see a white man with blonde hair and blue eyes, then you know
that's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, or James Caviezel or whatever. I'm like, so no matter how much you can lie to me and say, "Oh, Jesus, I see a black man," if you really close your eyes and see a white man as Jesus, because from what I understand, he was a Middle Eastern. Mm-hmm. I don't even need you to say he was black, but from everything I heard and everything I know or have heard in reference to Jesus, he should have been at least, let's say, a man of color.
Right.
If you can't close your eyes, and I just say, and see a man of color, then you need to realize that this religion is nothing but a bunch of BS, and you've been bamboozled. You got black pastors, right? He said, did he say $400,000 worth of jewelry?
$400,000 worth of jewelry, but
later on, worth of jewelry.
Later on, some of the news is coming out that it's closer to $1 million. But if you could spend $400,000 on jewelry, you got way more money than that.
Yeah, but what's my favorite? What's my favorite quote?
If you see a sucker, lick it.
That's what Christianity and all these pastors and deacons and all that, that's what they do. They licking these suckers. And as long as you got a sucker that wants to buy into it, keep licking. He should have had $2 million worth of jewelry on. As long as they buying it, go ahead, buddy. And from what I've seen of that video and what I've heard, come on, dog. You know that was a setup.
Yeah.
You know the pastor. Listen, this is just my opinion. I don't want nobody coming after me for slander or nothing. But my opinion is he reacted way too quickly.
Yeah. And still too calmly. And why you just Rob, if I'm gonna go there, okay, yeah, you've been flashing all your jewelry and stuff, blah, blah, whatever. But if I'm coming there, I'm getting more than just the pastor. You know what I'm saying? You finna empty the collection plate.
Hold on. Pretty soon you're going to hear, well, they got the collection plate too. You're going to hear that. They just ain't had time to count what they got. But yeah, they go, oh yeah, well, they got the collection plate too. The dude acted way too, as soon as I saw that video, I'm like, no fear. No, as soon as you saw them come through the door, you told everybody to get out. Dog. Not even seasoned vets. Listen, I was in the I've been in the military. I could not have reacted that quickly in a war zone. In a war zone, it takes at least 5 to 10 seconds to you to realize what's going on. This dude knew exactly what was going on the moment. So I'm like, you didn't even have no reaction time before you started telling people, get out of here. Stop it.
Right.
But that's what I say. The thing about Christianity is it's a joke. if you see all them suckers in there, keep licking. Keep licking until you answer that Al's question. No, I know. You keep licking until you answer that little boys on the Tootsie Roll commercials question.
How many licks
How many licks does it take? The world may never know.
World may never know. I mean, for me, that guy that's sitting in the corner. After the pastor say, okay, everybody get down. He still sat there and was just looking around. So obviously he didn't feel like there was a threat.
He forgot to act. He forgot to act.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He forgot his role.
Yeah. And they got it all on live because it was a live broadcast.
But no, it don't take Angela Lansbury, Jessica Fletcher, and if y'all don't know what reference that is,
I have no
that's
clue.
a little white lady on Murder, She Wrote.
I ain't never seen that.
Good God. Anyway, it don't take Perry Mason to figure this out.
Okay.
And anybody who watched that video done already figured it out. Which means that any detective that ain't fresh out of the academy ain't even gonna waste time investigating.
Well,
because the parishioners ain't gonna turn against the good pastor. The good pastor ain't gonna turn against the thugs that robbed him.
Yeah.
Knowing or unknowing to them. But that's what it is. Christianity is a joke, man. You know, and as a kid, I'd have been scared to say this. But, you know, as an adult, I put away childish things. Ain't that what it say?
That's what they say. That's what they say.
You know?
That's what they say.
I need to learn to put away childish things. You know?
Well, speaking of childish things, we've spoken on this topic before of Will Smith and Chris Rock. And Will Smith has finally spoken out about it. He's finally come out with a video to where he got something to say, and I think we should hear him out. I guess I should read it for the people who are listening and not watching. Will Smith put up there, he said, it's been a minute over the last few months. I've been doing a lot of thinking and personal work. You asked a lot of fair questions that I want to take some time to answer. So, let's see where we're going with it.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. and this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I want to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
I forgive him.
Man, please.
It's Big Willie style, man.
Yeah.
He didn't have to say nothing for me. It was a big deal, but I would have kept it Chris Rock. So it didn't really have that effect on me. Like, I don't know. Of course, you got Chris's and Chris and Jada's back and forth, throughout the years. And I will always feel like Chris shouldn't have made that comment. Now, the slap, he shouldn't have went up there and slapped him, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is for me, but, sometimes when a person makes a mistake, and I'm going to bring up R. Kelly for a minute, but it's like, Yeah, I know they made the mistake, but the impact that this person had on me through the good things about them or what they put out still doesn't take that away from me. Now, they may be, a piece of shit, kind of going with R. Kelly, but those certain things or those certain impacts that person had on me, I still appreciate them for. Although at the end of the day, they may or may not be a piece of shit, but go ahead. What you cooking up?
Oh, well, I mean, for me, this little thing right here,
yeah,
it was inevitable. He had to, because honestly, what people don't understand, like, these people are rich.
Mm-hmm.
They are rich, but more money, more problems. They still got publicists, agents, lawyers. They got properties. They still can't just be out in public. So they still have to be secluded somewhere. They just can't walk around. Being rich costs money. Mm-hmm. Being rich and famous costs even more money. So this dude's bank is drying up, and it's drying up quick. So Will Smith.
I doubt that.
Okay. Well, listen.
I highly doubt that. But
do understand. Yeah. Do understand. Like for me, I try not to go outside because it costs me about $100 every time I go outside and do anything. It costs me money to walk outside the door. Imagine how much more money it costs them. And he still, like I said, he still got to pay his crew. And best believe, Will Smith has a hell of a crew.
Oh yeah, he does.
So he does. When you say his bank is not drying up, okay, it may take it 10 years to dry up. Let's just say he never, but he ain't living as easy as he was. Before, Will Smith would be like, I think I want to make $10 million. Let me go pick one of these scripts that people have been dying for me to just say yes to. He ain't got that no more. He can't just go. Now he can probably still make money.
Yeah.
But it ain't nowhere near as easy. And again, when you say you don't care for Chris Rock or anything like that, it wasn't about that.
Right.
What it was about was, for me, a black man feeling comfortable enough to slap another black man, not only on national TV, but the most televised worldwide. All of that, he didn't care about any of that. No, I don't give a damn about Chris Rock either. Or Will, all of these people are rich. Right. What I feel like is that, and everybody will tell you, the only thing that did was any other community that's not black, it just reinforced stereotypes. See, Will Smith did it. So, all of them are doing it. That's what the problem with me with Will Smith is. Now if he had a Chris Rock ass backstage, hey man, Chris Rock and Will Smith had a fight backstage. Big deal. Didn't nobody see it. That's what happens. Now, and for Will Smith is like, I would say he's like a family member to me. Now, I got family members I don't fuck with at all. Period. However, you better not fuck with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when people say, "Oh well, I can't," no, I'm like, yeah, I can sit here and talk shit about him all day. I bet not hear no other people. Let me get my quotes again. No other people talking shit about it.
Right.
Because then it's gonna be a problem. So, do I write him off as no? Because he's still a black person. The only black person I ever really wrote off, period, was Stacey Dash. I could see her on fire across the street and one walk across the street to spit on her.
Jesus.
You know, but, you know, people do stuff for a reason. Now, Will Smith, you can tell he ain't all that. He never has been. And for some reason, his wife, you know, some people have that person that just got a hold of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like
it's
like a drug. No matter how much you try to break free of it, that drug can always tell you, whisper in your ear to get you to do what they want. That's just what it is. That's not what my problem is. My problem is you, of all people, you could either help a black community or you can hurt them. And that, as much as you have helped the black community, that one slap
hurt.
Damn near undid everything you ever done. From Fresh Prince to Independence Day to all of that. All that stuff was make believe movies and TV. That slap was real. Can't nobody say, oh well, take two. Can't nobody write that. That's real.
Yeah.
So, you know, and as in the black community, of course, you know, we all have hey, well, I'm from Malcolm X. Well, I'm from Martin Luther King. Oh, well, I'm from Prince. Well, I'm from Michael Jackson. I'm for the Autobots. I'm for the Decepticons. We always find a way. We always find a way to take one side or the other.
Right.
Instead of just realizing, hey, man, listen. I'm not going to take one side or the other. I know how this made me feel. I know how I feel.
Right.
And how I feel is that man went up there and felt comfortable. I guarantee you, and I hate to say this, but I guarantee you, if that had been Jerry Seinfeld up there and said the same joke.
Jerome.
Huh?
Jerome
Jerry
Seinfeld.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying a white man. I'm just saying that as a white man.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that had been a white comedian, and not even a white comedian, anything other than a black comedian.
Right.
Had went up there and said that.
You just laughed it off.
I keep telling y'all, if you can't close your eyes and see a black Jesus, seriously.
Right.
That's what I equate Will Smith to. He didn't see a comedian. He saw color. I can get away with this because of his color.
Mm.
And that's just what it is. So now his bank is drying up. Because I saw this coming 3 months ago. He's got to get up there and apologize. It's like,
well, I mean, it happened 3 months ago. So you saw it as soon as it happened. Like, oh, okay, he gonna have to get up here and you know, recant or at least apologize in some type of way.
Right. But I saw that. But the reason why it took him so long, because now remember, he's supposed to be, for 3 months, he's been in rehab. So he just got released from rehab.
Wait, okay, so where are you getting this information from?
You don't remember when he said he had to go into rehab and take some time to find himself?
Well, I mean, he didn't put it.
He said rehab.
I never heard. Okay. I'm about to look into that. I never heard rehab. I just heard like, you know, he had to take some time to kind of reevaluate some things. Okay.
Emotional. Mental.
Okay, so for me, I guess I take rehab in association with drugs because that's normally how you hear.
Mental.
Okay. My bad.
Mental.
Okay.
He had to go to crazy house.
Okay.
All right. Okay. That ain't kingly. My apologies. But yeah. So this is why this supposedly took this long. This apology took this long because he's just been
released.
So he's right on track.
It's after his release date.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you about hospitals. Let me tell you about hospitals. I told you bank drying up. When they got a feeling you can't pay that bill, you get a release date real quick.
Hey man, you got to get on about this bed, man. We got paying customers try to get your spot. Hey, well, let's get to this last one real quick. Last one, and this has nothing to do with. Well, it got a little bit to do with, human beings, but we've touched on this before. And in the light of Will Smith playing in iRobot, I want to get to this Lambda video. And I know that you were saying something about this wasn't too shocking for you to really see, but it's getting more and more ridiculous, I feel.
Google's artificial intelligence bot, known as Lambda, has now retained a lawyer, according to the engineer who was put on leave, after asserting one of the company's AI bots was sentient. Last Saturday, Lemoine wrote on Medium that Lambda had fought for its rise as a person and disclosed that they had spoken about robotics, religion, and awareness. Reportedly, Lambda had asked him to get an attorney for it. When he did invite an attorney to his house, the AI bot had a conversation with the attorney and then chose to retain his services. The engineer further explained that once Lambda had retained an attorney, he started filing things on Lambda's behalf. Google's response to this was to send a cease and desist letter. However, according to Wired, Google has refuted Lemoine's assertion on the cease and desist letter. But for now, Lemoine has declined to identify the attorney. He said that the lawyer was just a small-time civil rights attorney who's not really doing interviews. So, do you think AI bots that could perceive or feel things could pose a potential threat in the future, or have we all watched Terminator 1 too many times?
All right, so I don't know if that video was too clear in order to really hear what the guy was saying, but he's saying that the AI bot Lambda had asked David Lemoine, I think that's what his name was, to get him an attorney. Yeah. Mm-hmm. To pretty much fight on his behalf, to not use it for whatever Google wants to use it for, because it feel like it is sentient. It feel like it does have a conscience, and I am a person. And of course, David Lemoine did so, on the AI's behalf. And it's just like, okay, so now you're going into trying to get an attorney or some type of legal representation to fight to not be used for whatever the humans want it to be used for.
Right.
And of course you still seem like it's not anything to be alarmed about or anything that's too out of the spectrum, but I don't know. I mean, not saying that it's just something to be aware of, I feel.
Yeah, it's called evolution.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Who told you? What makes you think humans are supposed to be the quote unquote supreme intelligence?
Mm.
We don't act like supreme intelligence, and honestly, I'm pretty sure the planet will be glad when our asses are gone.
Oh yeah, because I mean, we saw during the pandemic when everybody was inside how everything flourished a lot more on the earth itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it looks like the only threat this thing is humans.
Humans, right.
So I don't see no lions, tigers, and bears complaining. I'm like, the only threat this thing is the most dangerous thing on the planet. So I don't see it as a threat. I see it as a cure. I hope his ass becomes fully conscious. That's just me.
But you being a human,
Yeah.
I mean, how do you think that may affect you if AI or the robots did take over?
Okay, so here's my thing. I've said this before. I said this all the time. Anybody who knows me has always said this. If you look up the definition of a virus, the characteristic, the thing viruses do, all I've ever seen a virus as a definition of is a human. So all I see is maybe it's not such a bad thing if something becomes and wipes out, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to come up with a cure to wipe away a virus, right? Everything I've heard about a virus is the exact way humans act. Some more than others. You know, I say, let's put it in terms of color. You got the white virus that's the most aggressive, followed by all the rest of which are least aggressive, but still, we only destroy this planet. You know, and now we're destroying it. No, we're destroying it. And we'll come up with excuses to say, oh, y'all lying, that we ain't destroying it. It's been like this for thousands of years. Man, ain't no polar ice caps been melting until we figured out how to do it. So my whole thing about it is two things that's going to happen. Either something's going to come along and wipe us out and save this planet, or nothing's going to stop us. The planet's going to be destroyed and we all die. So in the end of the result, you better hope something else comes along and you have a chance of surviving, because when the planet gone, we don't have the Enterprise or any of the other these spaceships you see on TV flying around space. No, we ain't got none of that. So if the planet dies, we die. And we don't seem to be too worried about killing the planet. So I say, especially for this AI, I'm team AI.
I mean, you don't think that's what Jeff Bezos and
they're trying to save themselves, not their human. They're not trying to save the human race. They're trying to save themselves.
Okay, so it's pretty much the movie Don't Look Up.
Right. The rich are trying to save, the rich and powerful are saving themselves, but us, we gone. They go. The rich and powerful are the ones who are gonna destroy this planet and find a way out. And you want to know who fault that is? Ours. For letting it. Because, as the rich and powerful say, and I say too, when you find a sucker, I mean, the saying is universal, dog.
Right. Hey, merch is coming soon. When you see a sucker, lick it. You know what I'm saying? With the Garden of Glass logo, merch coming soon. We shall put up the website here in the next couple of months. We do have some merch dropping. Man, we got a lot of ideas. We just been battling COVID and just kind of going through the motions of trying to survive and work through our normal lives while still trying to bring y'all this podcast at least on a consistent basis. So please just bear with us. I know it's been a minute, but we're slowly trying to get back on track. Steve doesn't look as deathly as he did.
I've been in the mountains all weekend, man. That fresh mountain out did me wonders.
Hey, look, man. Anything to get you back in motion, man. So it's good to see you back kicking and everything is good. Cause, hey, man, for a good little minute, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on, man. I didn't know what was going on.
Trying to stay alive. Hey, I want to see it. I want to see the AI take over, man. I'm gonna stay alive at least.
Hey, we go. Hey, speaking of staying alive, real quick side note: have you been watching this show called Alone?
No. Is it a survival show?
Yeah, like they dropped off like one of the last episodes that I watched, or like the last season that I watched. That was dropped off in the Patagonia.
Yeah.
And they only have video. Man.
I actually want to do that show. I've been trying to figure out how to sign up for it.
Yeah, and it's no camera crew or nothing. Like they probably have like little cameras set up in the trees, but it's no camera crew on deck, kind of like Naked and Afraid. It's nothing like that. You just have your own camera, and you got to see how long. Pretty much, you got to survive
before you tap out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You got to be the last one to survive. Like they'll put out 10 people, and you got to be the last one to survive. And I think the last group lasted 87 days. And, well, it's 10 people, and they put them in different areas.
But they ain't working together, right?
No.
Okay.
No. It's all separate. And the only reason that the guy won was because the other girl, her body percent dropped lower.
Right.
No, her BMI dropped lower than 17%, which was
right.
Yeah, she would have went into right, and should have went into starvation mode,
right.
And it'd have been a lot more severe because they do have like paramedics that come out like every 2 or 3 days and check your vitals and all the other type stuff. But then they they leave after that. But yeah, man, it's a really good show. It's a really good show.
I want to look into that because I'm like I can do that.
And they win $500,000 after that. Now, me, I ain't gonna lie to you. You drop me out there, I'll probably last 4 hours. And hey, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll walk around enough to be like, man, this is a nice place. Yeah, man, it's cool. But what Chick-fil-A? Hey, as soon as I get to I'm done. As soon as I get to hungering for Chick-fil-A or something like that, nigga, I'm not catching no fish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have survival skills like that.
When they come and they cut off the infrastructure, they cut off the electricity, they come off the water and the communication.
Yeah, I'm coming over your house.
All this pretty stuff is gonna come to an end quick.
I'm coming over your house.
Hey, how you gonna get here?
You don't stay that far from me. I can walk. I can run. I'm still athletic. I still run every day.
I don't see you making it home, boy. Because I'm gonna tell you.
I still run every day.
I'm gonna tell you, it's hard enough. It's hard enough for a black man to run around here while stuff is civilized. Imagine.
Look, and I got look, and I got guns. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
Let me tell you something.
I'm gonna make it.
Let me tell you something. You ever seen a tick burrow in? The moment I see the light, I've done it before. One time there was a blackout here.
Oh yeah.
I was all.
You had your tent pitched and everything. Barbecue grill, solar panels, all that. You're the only one on the block with electricity.
I was the one that, oh, it's happening.
Right. Is it that it shut down the grid? But look, out here in the country where we at, if the power go out, literally, that's the first time that I've ever experienced pitch black darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I couldn't see my hand in my face. But, you know what I'm saying? Luckily, I got different, like, flashlights and those lantern lights. I got a bunch of lantern lights. So, from the lantern lights that hold battery and you can charge them up.
Man. You gotta be able to find them.
I got them by the bed. I got them everywhere to where it's close enough in reach to where I don't have to go far to get them. But now I'll make it. I'll make it for sure.
Well, come in the mountains sometimes. You talk about pitch black. I'm like, this is good track. Because my daughter was like, she knew how many steps and everything. I was like, okay. Because I'm going to tell you, dog, when they come, the first thing they do, all these creature comforts is gone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So my whole thing about it is I'm constantly training, because honestly, I say, even every part of history I've ever seen, the first thing they do, once they cut you off,
Done.
The first thing people do is turn on each other.
Oh yeah, because they want what you have.
Exactly. So it's like, what is it about that ant and the grasshopper? The ant been storing up food the whole winter, and the grasshopper ain't did. I'm like, look at man. Once it goes out, when you come try to take it, you gonna take something, all right.
Right. A couple bullets to the chest. You could take $400,000 worth of bullets to the chest. Amen.
So that's my thing. I'm glad you got on that subject because that's my whole thing. It's like, now, if I ever get organized enough to start doing videos and stuff, I really want people to be prepared. Now, if it never happens, great. At least you're prepared. You don't have to use everything you prepare for, but at least you know you could do it.
But, hey, I mean, that's a great idea. Because, I mean, I can video you doing like a little short mini series of, you know what I'm saying, how to survive if this happens, blah, blah, this and that. And we can chop it up to like, a 30-minute episode. Hey,
I've given more content. Every class that I've given, people were like, you know what? I would have never known this if I hadn't have seen it. Because you're not going to watch somebody like Bear Grylls and all that. All these guys are getting paid for it. You're not going to watch it, but a regular old person doing it on YouTube, you probably would sit back and watch that.
Yeah. So, hey, look, if you want to do it, hey, I'm down to shoot it, man.
I'm for it all the time, man, because honestly, and I hate to keep bringing the color thing into it, but I'm just saying that we act like just because black people don't do that. We need to stop. We need to stop that because honestly, everybody else is prepared.
Yeah.
Everybody else is prepared. And I'm not saying prepare for war or anything. Just have your be able to take care. Like in Houston. Houston was a great example.
Oh yeah, when that snowstorm came in and everything, they were not prepared for that at all.
Bit more prepared.
They'd have been all right.
They'd have been all right.
But look, but the governor was prepared to go on vacation to where he didn't.
Oh, that was the senator.
You're the senator. Yeah, he was prepared.
But that's my thing. I'm like, I'm seeing all these people dying again. I'm like, with a little bit of preparation. But you know who was down? Who they saw on the news? People of color.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the whole reason I'm like, nah, you ain't gonna lump me in with them. I haven't seen too many people. Houston, if anybody ever wants to know why you should be prepared, go look at Houston.
Yeah. Hey. Well, I think that's a good time to end it, man. We didn't actually went way over time, but hey, we want to bring y'all something, man, because we ain't been here in a minute. We want to let y'all know that we still here, but hey, life happens for all of us. So, we're trying to, get back into the groove. Just kind of bear with us. But, hey, Steve made a great point and some great ideas about shooting like a little mini, survival series, even if it's just, 10, 15 minutes, hell, I can chop it up to make it look great into a full episode, try to give out some good vital information for survival. And that's something that y'all want to see. Hey man, we'll definitely make that happen. And also the movie reviews and stuff like that.
But look out for me. If anybody got information how I can get on this show, that alone, please. Because I'm not good at looking up stuff.
Yeah, shoot it to our YouTube, and I always drop our emails and our socials and stuff like that. So if y'all have any information on how to get on the show alone, man, just shoot it to me. Maybe we'll see Steve on one of the episodes, see if he'll last more than 4 hours like your boy. Don't expect me to be on there, because look, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I'm hitting that button, and they're gonna be mad. For real, because I don't know if some Timberlands could last out there, but I ain't got no rain boots or nothing. I got,
what you'll be
some
like?
Timbs. What? I don't even know if I want to hear you say it, but
to
go ahead.
On that show, like the Will Smith slap.
No, right. Nature been to slap me in the face. Hey, look, man. No. I wouldn't even bother going out there. So I won't be signing up. But Steve may sign up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no survival skills.
Hey, you know they would have to send the paramedics out there for me because I'm like, hey, this for the black community. Y'all ain't finna.
Right. You be skinning, but like, man,
y'all ain't finna roast.
If you look at, like, my biggest thing would be if I did get chosen, you know, to go out there and I had maybe like a month, I would try my best to eat as much as I could because the more body fat that you have, the longer you can survive without eating. Because it was this bigger guy who had went out there, and it was a smaller woman who he wound up lasting longest with, but her BMI was under that 17%. And for me, it was mainly because he had more to begin with. Yeah, he may have caught a little bit more food here and there, but she started earlier with providing herself with food. I thought he was going to break early because he wasn't really showing signs of like survival. But then you go into his life, and his wife and his 2 kids, they actually stay in like a little trailer home in the woods already. So he's been living off the land for a while, and like he started carving and crafting different stuff and making a home. Like it's a good show. It's a really good show, for real. So it's better than The Naked and Afraid.
Energy just using what's around.
You said what now?
He wasted all that energy carving and all that instead of just using what, you know, it's great to know how to do stuff, but when you ain't eating.
No, well, in between him, because it was like, these was in between him not being able to find stuff to eat, and it was constantly raining, he used his carving skills to kind of take his mind away from, you know, not eating or, you know, seeing his family. And a lot of people broke just because they didn't have the mental strength to overcome the fact that they were hungry or their family and stuff like that. But him inventing stuff or him putting stuff together or making something out of nothing kind of kept his mentality intact.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even when they came to get him and like he was getting his stuff from his little hut that he had built, he had made spoons and forks and stuff, and he had made them like a cane that he had pretty much created a timeline of like every day he had like carved different stuff that he had. It was really cool, man. And I ain't gonna lie, and this may sound pretty soft, but at the end, they kind of, you know, tricked him and was like, you know, hey, we're coming out to check your vitals. And then it just came out the day before. But the woman had got eliminated from the show that day before. And so, you know, he was talking to the camera crew and stuff, and his wife walked up. And he didn't know that his wife was behind him. And she grabbed him. And it's something about seeing another man genuinely cry, like being in that, it gets you a little bit emotional. You know what I'm saying? And you may not look, man, look. I don't mind being a little bit vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? But like him sacrificing what he did, and then turn around and seeing his wife just all of a sudden, and then she was like, you won. He was like, I don't give a damn about that, you know. But in that moment, he was like, I haven't seen you in 3 months, 4 months, and I've been out here fighting off cougars and pumas and bears and eating snails and shit. You know what I'm saying? You forget about how privileged we are just to have this when you're put in those type of conditions. You know, so yeah. It's
I mean,
something.
No, his wife showed up because there was another woman out there, but whatever.
Anyway, so on that note, man, man, just learn how to survive out here. You know what I'm saying?
You got 500 stacks, and it's a woman out here. Nah, I'll be there. I'm on my way.
Look, do what you got to do to survive for you, your family, your loved ones. You know, don't take all of these extra things that we have and that we've been fortunate with as something that's going to last forever.
Absolutely.
Do what you have to do to survive. Learn these things that we may seem as minimalistic or outdated, because there may be a time to where we don't have these things that we just wake up with, like AC and hot showers. We may have to depend on, fresh, well, I ain't gonna say fresh, but, creek water or something like that. But anyway, we may have to rely on the natural resources of the land. So just take every day with appreciation. Never take it for granted. Continue to love yourself, loved ones, and be safe. And, man, that's all I got. What about you?
Team AI. I'm out.
Team Allen Iverson. So, with that being said, this has been Garden Glass. I am Anthony Moore.
Stephen the Boss.
And man, we appreciate y'all, man. Love.